And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events, and I think you know by now my stance now on Monday, how that's just going to be rain and maybe a rumble of thunder, limited instability. The system is just going way too far north to cause much of a concern for any wintry weather around here. If anything changes, I'll let you know, but there's always hope. What I want to talk about, let's Christmas. You know, we are now in the time frame that the modeling, the GFS in particular, we are in that time frame now where in its long reaches and the extremely long range. This is just for fun. I just want everybody to know this, that the operational GFS now includes, it's out to 16 days, it now includes Christmas Day. There is absolutely no way on earth any run of the operational is going to verify in the 16-day time period. But what I want to show you is the pattern. Because show you where it's going. Ryan Vaughn, and let's blame Ryan Vaughn at KAIT for this. He sent out a tweet this morning, and it said, at this time, Christmas morning looks wet and cold. If we can get a little colder, it might be blank. So on the record, and for the record, Ryan Vaughn started this, and I'm going to follow up with it. He opened up a can of worms. So let's talk about, just for fun. I mean, I don't know why they take the GFS out to 16 days. It's run 4 different times a day and comes out with 4 different solutions. As a matter of fact, let's just say it runs 4 times a day and comes out with 16 different solutions. It's because I think it's open to so much interpretation. But I've been saying that I think that the pattern is going to go to one which is colder as we head towards the last 10 days of December. Let me explain to you, the Arctic Oscillation is something that we watch very closely this time of the year, especially. When it's in its positive phase, it's not impossible, but it's difficult to get cold air anywhere east of the Rocky Mountains, this far south. I'm talking about Arctic cold. When it's in its negative phase, that has a tendency to build an Alaskan ridge and to send that downstream cold air into the lower 48 and sometimes as far south as Arkansas. This is the European, and you can see its forecast here. This zero line is neutral on the Arctic Oscillation. You see December 16th and then the 21st over here. Notice how it starts to go into the negative. Now this is the high resolution GFS, the one that is in beta testing right now. It's going to be fully operational from what I hear in January. But it's positive right now. So it's very tough to get Arctic air this far south, and obviously we don't have Arctic air. But look at this, it starts to trend towards neutral, down towards negative as we head towards the 20th, 21st of this month. Now let's go to INCEP and their computer modeling. And there's 4 panels. I got the 4-panel chart, which I absolutely love. This is so long range. You can't take this literally, but the one thing I want you to notice here, I'm going to pick, and if you notice, this is, I'll get the arrow, hopefully it'll work this time. This is a valid Thursday. You'll see the time that it's valid. Thursday, December the 25th at 18 UTC, or 18Z Zulu time, Universal Time Code, and that's at noon. The one thing I want you to notice with this, it's at 500 millibars. We're looking on the upper right panel. It's about 20,000 feet. But notice, here's Alaska. Here's Arkansas. Do you see that ridge? Yeah, there's the ridge poking up into Alaska downstream. Got a fairly broad trough here. So that would open up, and again, you can't take this literally, but again, this is the run of the GFS. This is it was valid yesterday at noon. So I'm going to show you the past 4 runs of the GFS. This is the noon run from yesterday, and you see the upstream, you see the ridging, and then the downstream trough. All right, let's go to the next one. This is at this was last night at 0Z, which is 6 p.m. It was initialized, and you can see that ridging, downstream trough. So that's a colder pattern. Let's go to the next run. Again, this is the 12. What run is this? This is the 6Z run. So this was run at midnight. Again, I'm showing you the last 4 runs over the past 24 hours. Ridging, downstream trough. Again, notice how the specifics you can't trust because they're all going to show something different. But the operational, again, this is the morning run today. Ridging up through Alaska, downstream trough. So the Arctic Oscillation wants to go negative, or towards neutral, then heading towards negative. And you see on the operational GFS, at least on this long range, we're looking at each one of these as Christmas Day over the past 4 runs, and each one of them indicates that that ridge pokes up into Alaska, and then you get troughing downstream, which would open up the possibility for the cold air to drain. Now, will there be moisture? That's the million-dollar question. And I'll just refer to Ryan Vaughn when he says, at this time, Christmas morning looks cold, but he adds wet. If we can get a little colder, it might be blank. So Ryan Vaughn let's see, his Twitter handle is at Ryan Vaughn, RyanVaughan. So ask Ryan exactly what he means by wet and light his Twitter feed up. Light it up. Anyway, he's a good guy. So there you have it, a sneak peek into Christmas. You can't look at the computer models and say, oh, wow, this one's got snow. Oh, this one doesn't. This one's got rain. No, what I'm looking at here is any sort of trend on the last 4 runs of the GFS, and indeed it does. It doesn't show the Pacific air getting flooded into the lower 48. It builds a ridge which would allow the cold air to maybe seep back in. We'll see. Thank you so much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog, everybody. We are your ticket to big weather events.